Welcome to the channel here at Lucky Loon Outdoors. I'm going to talk to you today about the Flextail Zero pump. If you're looking at this video, obviously you're curious about it for the same reasons I was and everybody else is. So this is going to be more of an initial impressions, my thoughts on it, my concerns on it. I've had it on one trip so far, and overnight temperatures were about 30 degrees, so below freezing. So I did get to put it to a little bit of a test on cold capabilities, but let's take a look at this thing. So first thing I kind of like about it actually is the size, obviously, and the weight. I just keep it in my little pouch here. It's got my pillow in it, which I then keep inside of that pouch with my air mattress. Or if I'm in my Haven tent, it goes in the package with that. So like you can put this thing literally anywhere. So I do like that. The size does work. Of course, comes with the different attachments for different pads and stuff. I could make this one work with any pad. It doesn't need to like fit perfectly. You can just hold it there, whatever, it's fine. But let's get you a closer look at this first before I go too much further into detail. All right, so this is it. Like, this is literally it. You can see the size of it in my hand. It's pretty small. Of course, you have the inflate end here and the deflate end here, and just 2 button presses to make a run. And so my first concern with this thing is it's not waterproof. And the reason for that is because it's sucking air in through the chamber that's holding the battery in it. That's why they get it so small, is because they're using the space around the battery to push it. So you've got your intake, your battery chamber is right about here, and your motor is about here. So it's just sucking the air through it just like a tube. So that's why it's not waterproof. I don't know if they can make it waterproof in this size just because of how they are making it work. So that's really my only primary concern, other than its durability. I don't know how it's going to hold up to how I abuse things. Everybody's been talking about the threads on here. Yeah, they're kind of crappy threads, but as long as you don't double thread them, you should be fine. You could even throw a little soap on there, or a little lubricant to help, like a little silicone lubricant to help it if you need to, or lithium lubricant. But yeah, it's the size is right, the weight is right. We're going to see how the durability holds up, and let's take another look here. I'll put it on the mattress so you can see how long it takes to inflate. All right, so let's get this thing out, shall we? This one is which one is this one? Yes, the Big Ignis Air Core Ultra insulated pads, 25 by 78. So works pretty good for fat guys like me. This is going to be a pretty standard test, I suppose. Most mattresses will be around this bulk and around this volume. This one being insulated will make it a little harder for the pump. All right, so I'll get this little guy moving here. So something I did notice is that it's not gonna I'll stand over here so you can hear me better. So this this pump is only going to pump up your pad about 90–95%. That's just because it doesn't have the capability to really push a high pressure of air through. But, you know, 90%, that's like 3 puffs of breath to firm out the mattress, so that's not really a big deal. It's a lot better than sitting here for 5 minutes blowing into the thing, which is what I went with before. Before I got old and fat, I never used the air mattress. I always slept on the ground inside my tent or whatever I was doing. But just go to show that these things are pretty nice. So you can tell it's about 25% inflated or so. And of course, it's fighting the insulation a little bit to inflate, so it'll go a little slower. But yeah, I think if you keep that wherever you keep your valuables, like when you're camping or hiking or whatever it is, like where you keep your phone or where you keep other things you don't want to lose, break, or get wet, I think you'll probably be fine. And given the size, you can really keep it inside your sleeping bag. Like it's so small, you can roll up in there and that would protect it from pretty much everything. Especially if you have it in a dry bag, like most of us put our sleeping bags and precious items in a dry bag already. So for me, it's something this size or nothing. So it's, there we go. So you can hear the change in tone. It's because it's done. It's reached its peak pressure. You can see that's not too bad. I mean, that is literally like about 90% there. Let's see how much it takes to finish it off. There's 1. 2. Not too bad. So 2 breaths. Of course, this is a 25 by 78 Aircore Ultra insulated big egg nest pad. Yeah, I hope that helps you out. I know these are pretty new and people are curious about them. The price is pretty high. It's of course the only selling point for me was the packability and weight of it. That's why I pulled the trigger and got it. This is the only inflator that I have because I don't like the bulk and size of anything else. I don't want to bring it along. I'd rather just breathe into a pad. But this might change my mind. So again, this is initial impressions. Is it worth buying it? I don't know. Can't tell you. That's a decision you got to make. I'll get back to you on this at the end of the season here when I really put it through its tests. I have a lot of camping trips. So initial impressions, it might actually be worth it. So that's a lot for me to say after 30 years of camping and never bringing an inflator. So hope you like this review. Hope it helps you out. Hope it gives you a little something extra that you're not getting from other channels. But any questions, just let me know. I read all the comments. I reply to all of them that I can. So yeah, questions, concerns, want to see different photos or see the different components of it, let me know. I'll send it over to you. Thanks for watching. Stay safe. Have fun out there.